The Jays go into lowly Camden Yards to finish off the regular season portion of our schedule. Obviously, the weather definitely playing a factor because there were no fans in the stands. Barely anybody at the ballpark. And the heavens was just, Mother Nature was just like, we are going to rain and we're going to rain. And they ended up getting 7+ innings because we had that run in the 8th inning. And they're like, all right, enough is this. We're going to rain delay. But then you look at the radar and you're like, this ain't going to stop. They call it. And that's the ball game. Jays win it. 5-1 over the Baltimore Orioles to open up the 3-game set against the O's to finish off the season. And with the win today, a few things. 1, the magic number. 1. As of right now, when I'm recording this video, it is 3-1 Tigers over the Mariners in the bottom of the 3rd inning. If the Tigers win that game, the Jays clinch home field. If they don't, then they have 3 games left against the Tigers, and if they lose one of them, it's done. Or Jays win one of the final 2 games they play against the Orioles, and then it's over. We got home field, and you can put Mitch White, put Yusei Kikuchi out there to start, and just have at it. Also, with the win today, it is 91-69 for the Blue Jays this year. With the 91 wins, that ties last year's record. They had 91 wins last year at the end of the season. They have 2 games to top that and get win number 92 and maybe win 93. It'll be a heck of a season if it finishes off that way. But let's break down this ball game. Top of the 2nd inning with 2nd and 3rd, 2 out for Whit Merrifield. This guy is unbelievable. Slaps the ball the other way for a base hit. In comes Chapman. In comes Teoscar Hernandez. And the Jays lead it 2-0 over the Baltimore Orioles. This guy stays red hot. And then we go to the top of the 3rd inning and Vladdy tattoos a ball to left field. But with that wall being pushed back farther this year, does it have the wings? It does. Home run number 32 on the year for Vladdy. A solo shot in the 3rd, putting the Jays up 3-0. Exactly where you want to be. And Jose Barrios on the hill for the Blue Jays gets into some trouble in the 3rd inning, walks a couple of guys. Again, with it raining, the gripping that ball, I can only imagine how tough that is. But he battles, and the only thing he gives up on a bases-loaded 1-out situation is a sac fly to Anthony Santander, and that is it. You still lead 3-1 after 3 innings of work. We've talked about it in the past. The big inning for Jose Barrios. Eliminate that, and you're in good shape. He did that in the 3rd, and then he cruised through 6 innings, completely. We go to the top of the 5th inning, and Whit Merrifield is like, okay, I've hit the ball well, I've played good defense, let me try a little something else. Drops down a bunt, knows the conditions, like it's going to be a tough play, drops the bunt down and takes off, right? No looking at the ball, no, bunt, bang, head down, go. And he took off the first, and they try and make the play. There's Dean Kramer. Fires it wide. He would have been safe anyways, but he gets to second base on the play. And it's with nobody out. A bunt single turning into a bunt single plus an error, so he's at second base. He ends up getting moved over to 3rd base. Can't remember who did it. But now there's a guy at 3rd, with 2. I think it was George. Was it George? Either way, he's at, there's 2 out. And a guy at 3rd. You're still 3-1. You want more, though. You want more. And Whit Merrifield on a curveball in the dirt, right as this thing hits the dirt. His secondary lead, if you watch him, he never stops moving. He gets his lead off, right? Takes a few steps, starts walking a little bit, right? He sees that ball in the dirt, bang! He takes off for the plate, slides in safely, and Whit Merrifield's speed, what do you want to call him? Veteran leadership, whatever you want to call it, leads to the 4th run for the Toronto Blue Jays. This guy has done everything and more for this team. And then in the top of the 8th inning, Matt Chapman hits a little number single through the right side. Bo Bichette scores to make it 5-1 Blue Jays, and that's how it finishes. Back to Whit Merrifield. People love, and I mean fans love, to just rip on management. Day after day after day. When something doesn't go right, the management's a problem, this is the issue, they're terrible, Shatkins are awful, all this nonsense. Was I scratching my head at the deadline thinking they could have got more at the deadline? Absolutely. Was it underwhelming a little bit? Absolutely. Did they get better? Yes. But how much better? Well, we've seen Anthony Bass has been pretty good for the Jays, and Zach Pop's been phenomenal. And Whit Merrifield, yes, he had a down first half of the year with KC. But since he's come with the Blue Jays, and this is before today, before a 3-for-3 day, 270 average, 317 on base, a 767 OPS. This is your number 9 hitter or 8 hitter, wherever you want to put him. I personally would love him in the 9 hole because he can do so much. But again, you love what you're seeing from Whit Merrifield. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. And oh, by the way, people forget this. Last year, he played all 162 games. He had the most at-bats in all of the big leagues at 665, I believe it was. You know what else he did? Led the league in doubles, 42. He also led the league in, maybe this is American League, but either way, he led a league. 40 stolen bases, he led the American League or even the entire MLB with 40 steals, 42 doubles. He played every game. Like, this dude is good. And we are seeing it because he's playing every day, and the consistency, knowing you're going to be in the lineup every day, it's phenomenal. Whit Merrifield is incredible, and there's no doubt about it. He's playing second base in the playoffs. There's no other way of looking at it. He's going to do so. No Kevin Biggio. I know I love Santiago Espinal, but I don't care if he's healthy enough. Whit Merrifield has done enough down the stretch and help your team push your way into that first wild card spot. He deserves. And he's an everyday player, let's be honest, guys. He deserves that spot, and he's going to get it. As I mentioned, 3 for 3, 2 RBIs, a phenomenal game yet again from Whit. Teoscar Hernandez stays red hot. He was 2 for 4 in the game with a run scored. Matt Chapman 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Good to see him get that hit, even though it was a little number. But you know what? You need some of those when you're having a scuffle. You need one of those little numbers to kind of go in for you and to just feel sort of good again, right? Raimel Tapia also had 2 for 3 in the ball game. I think he walked once as well, because Whit Merrifield would have come up with the bases loaded if they kept that game. Kept the game. It would have been bases loaded, 2 out for Whit. He would be looking for a hit number 4 and maybe some more RBIs. Incredible stuff. 10 hits total for the Blue Jays, 7 strikeouts, and they walked 3 times. And Jose Barrios, in those awful conditions, was pretty damn good. I know, we've seen this so many times this year, guys. And shout out to my buddy Rob. I believe he said that was Barrios' 17th quality start this year. And people are like, okay, well, whatever. What did he have last year? 17. You know what that says? He's either had a great start or a downright abysmal start. There's really been no in-between for Jose Barrios. There's been no, 6 innings of 3-run ball or 6 innings of, 2-run ball or 7 innings of 3-run ball. No, you haven't got that. You either got 2 innings of 8-run ball or like today, 6 innings of 3 hits, 1 strike or 1 run and 5 Ks. He walked 3 guys, but then again, in those conditions, it doesn't surprise me. He was great. The velocity was down. But again, in stuff like that, you're not really worried about the velocity. You're just worried about getting the ball over the damn plate. And he did. So great job from Jose Barrios. Way to end his season off strong, because the next start he might make, well, barring he might come out of the bullpen at some point in the wild card series, depending how things go. Crazier things have happened. But if not, he might be the one going either game 1 or game 2 of the ALDS, if that happens. So next start for him could be important. We'll have to wait and see, though. All right? So all of our eyes are obviously going to be glued to the Tigers and the Mariners game, but we still have a game tomorrow, and will it mean something? Well, it all depends on this game tonight. If the Mariners lose today to the Tigers, we officially clinch home field. So I'm okay with watching Mitch White go out there, and if he gets lit up like a tree, I don't care. You're going to see a lot of wacky lineups. Don't be surprised to see Zimmer, Jackie Bradley, Kevin Biggio, Tapia, all these guys starting and seeing some dudes taking a rest and sitting down, because that's the time. Once you've clinched the spot and you can't go up, you can't go down, you can't change anything, you figure it out. And you rest guys, because on Friday, everything gets going. Now, obviously, they're probably going to all play tomorrow, and then the final game, they'll take that rest on Wednesday, because then they have the 2 days, right? They have the Wednesday, Thursday, then bang, on Friday, everything gets going. So that's how it'll go. But you know what, Jays fans? Mitch White, Mike Baumann, that's the pitching matchup tomorrow in Game 2 of the 3 games against the Orioles at 7:05 at Camden Yards. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game this evening for at least the first, 7 and a bit innings, smack the like button to appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already, comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? The Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. I will talk to you guys, of course. Well, Leafs edition, they play next Friday, but again, I'm going to be away at a tournament this upcoming weekend, so I have no idea when I'll get a chance to upload that video on Friday. Maybe if I'm lucky, Saturday, maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. They're in Detroit, taking on the Red Wings, 7:30 puck drop there in game, what game is that, 5 of the preseason? Something like that. As for the Raptors, I forget. I think it's Wednesday. Can't remember who they're playing. I didn't look it up before the video because you know what? I'm so dialed in with the Blue Jays. And speaking of those Jays, Game 2 of the 3 games set against the Orioles goes tomorrow. Game 161 on the schedule. Mitch White, Mike Baumann is the pitching matchup there. 7:05 first pitch. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the ball game tonight. Talk to you guys then.